Good morning everyone, this is the Kia EV3 and we're charging here at Tronity because today we're gonna do a range test at 130 kilometers an hour. This car has the big battery, 81.4 kilowatt hours, usable are 78 kilowatt hours. It has 19-inch wheels on there, 215s, and it has a heat pump. It's freezing today, it's 4 degrees even though it's almost June. I don't know how far I will charge. I'm right now almost at 80%. Car says it's still an hour to 100%, and I'm charging right now with 46 kilowatt hours. Maybe we only charge to 90% and then do the range test. We'll see. I do it as always. Drive here right on the highway. It's really 200 meters to the highway. Then we drive the GPS speed 130 and then drive it down to around 10% and arrive on the Tronity charger on the other side, so we don't have any elevation change. That's important. But let's wait till it's done charging and then we go. I am on my way, driving 131 on a speedometer. This speedometer is only 1 kilometer an hour off the GPS speed. Amazing! And there's no head-up display. The Earth feature package that this car has, there's no head-up display. I'm in eco mode. I have the heat on 22 degrees, driver only. And I have the seat heater on 2 right now. It's freezing. What is it outside? 9 degrees? It feels like 4. It's really cold. I only charged to 90%. Like I said, at 90%, the car still told me it's 10%, 40 minutes more for the last 10%. That's a bit much. And I think that most people, when they do drive where the range is important, it's from 80 or 90% anyways, so not from the beginning when they go from home, but then afterwards. So that's what I'm saying. I used 25% of the battery and drove 90 kilometers. That would mean a full range of 360 kilometers. That sounds amazing. When I take my average consumption though and look how much range I can get out of the 78 kilowatt hours usable, I get to 325 kilometers. So a bit less. So I'm expecting that the state of charge is not very linear, as it always was with Kia. If you want to do a range test with Kia, you have to drive it down. So you cannot drive from 100% to 50. You have to drive down to 10% or so. And that's what we're going to do, because that's very possible. The drive is amazing. I still have the same settings. I saw that before I had the AC on by mistake. It's off. Seat heater is now off. It's comfortable in here. Still only 10 degrees. It rained a bit, but the road was never really wet. So how is driving the Kia EV3 on the highway at 130 kilometers an hour? And it's okay. The suspension is a bit soft, so I feel like I'm doing this the whole time, but it's okay. The seats are again okay. Again, we have to look at what the car is, the price that it's in, and for this it's really good. Of course, there's stuff that's more comfortable and quieter. I think it's quieter in here than in the EV6. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's okay. Driving overall is fine. The cruise control is okay with the distance, after distance at the lowest. And when I get to the close to the car, there's nothing, and then it brakes a bit strong. Okay. What it has still as other Kias, when you accelerate to the speed that you want to go, and then you get off the accelerator pedal, it slows down a bit and then speeds up again. I don't know what this is for. I don't know what this should be. They should fix it, because it's annoying and it's consumption for nothing. Steering assist on the highway is amazing. It recognizes my touch easily without anything. That's just awesome. Consumption, for what the car is, it's still an SUV and it's still very high, so I get it, but it's 240 today is not a lot of high consumption, but it's also not low. I used 50% of the battery, drove 169.5 kilometers. That's a full range of 339 kilometers. So the range went down as I thought it would. It's raining a tiny bit now, and the road is wet as well for the first time. It just started that the road was wet. Before it was just drizzling a tiny bit, but now it's wet. 9 degrees out, the heat is doing something, but it takes 1 kilowatt right now. Only 4% of the whole consumption has to do with the climate, 2% is the electronics, 94% is for driving, so that's okay. I turned around, navigated back to the charger, and it says I will arrive with 5%. I thought I could go a bit further when I take the range that I estimated, the 320 kilometers with the consumption. But the car thinks right now for the next 70 kilometers I need 29%. So I hope this is wrong, or the state of charge is so not unlinear, that it really needs that. I want to arrive with around 10%, I'm okay with that. The rain stopped, and the road also doesn't look like it's wet again, it was just a tiny little spot. Do you want to charge for free? Of course you do. And how can you do that? With Encharge. Encharge is an app where charging providers want the info when you're charging, if the charger is working, if everything is fine, if there's something going on with the location. And when you do that, you rate the charger, you give information, and then you get kilometers, and with those kilometers you can charge for free. Download the app, use the link in the description below, or use the code BatteryLife, and then you get 20 kilometers for free. I arrived with 11%, drove 257 kilometers. Google Maps says it's 262 kilometers. Average consumption 243 watt-hours per kilometer. When I calculate the range, I get to 331 kilometers. It's raining now, it's disgusting. In these conditions, it wasn't warm today, heat was needed, but only 4% of the whole driving thing. And I preheated the battery at the end. It started 30 kilometers away and heated it up to around 13 kilometers away. So for 17 kilometers at 130, what is that, 10 minutes or so? So not very long, it was 1% of the whole drive, and only with 4 kilowatt. But I wanted it because I'm doing a charging session here, so the consumption would be a tiny bit lower than what you see. I'm doing my charging test. It says it takes 1 hour and 20 minutes to 90%. I hope not. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below, and here on YouTube there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.